Alrighty, so welcome to our 5-6 parent information session. I'm Sophie Schmidt and this is
Carl McDonald.
And we're the 5-6 teachers for this year. A little bit about us. I grew up on a farm in southeast Queensland. I've worked at a school in Emerald for the last 4 years as a grade 6 teacher, and then this is my first year at Capella. Love the beach, love going for a swim. Can't do that in Capella, but that's okay.
Second year here, I love being outdoors, outside, anything outside and inside.
This is just a quick yearly overview of our school events. So we've got cross country coming up this week, athletics in term 2, PBL day each term, and then graduation in term 4.
NAPLAN is coming up next week. We have all year 3s and 5s, but mainly just you guys year 5s. Yes, Bryce year 5. NAPLAN starts next week for a week and a half or so. Year 6 do load for this semester. Year 5s will do load in second semester, so they follow through next year. Year 6s are going to the high school on Wednesday afternoons. That goes right through the whole year now. And then in term 4, we start our transition days to the high school.
So we've got our basic learning areas, our English, Maths and Science. They're the ones that we mainly teach. Health and technology are taught either by Ms. Espy or online in the Project Impact program. We do STEM, HPE taught by Cody. The arts we do on a Thursday afternoon at the moment. We'll be doing a whole school arts performance this year, so the students will be graded on their participation and ability to do all of the different aspects of music, art, drama, dance and media as part of that presentation that we'll be doing. We do Japanese as a language, and then we've also got instrumental music with Mrs. Ray.
So this term, for English, we're looking at a book called Billionaire Boy. We're looking at exploring characters and the settings and how they're represented through the language of the author. Next term, we'll be looking at analysing, creating informative, multimodal text, so posters and advertising, I believe.
Yep. Term 3, we're doing comprehending and presenting a traditional story, so we'll be looking at traditional stories and students will be coming up with traditional stories and presenting those. And then term 4, we're doing poetry and the students will need to interpret and evaluate a humorous poem.
For maths this term, we're over halfway there now. We've been looking at data and a lot of fractions and decimals, moving soon into location transformation, which is your shapes and geometry, I should say. And then next term, looking at patterns in algebra, using measurements, which is time, that one, and then chance, the other side of the data representation.
Semester 2, in term 3, we'll be looking at chance again, number and place value, shape and geometric reasoning, and then using units of measurement. And then in term 4, we go back to fractions and decimals and money and financial mathematics as well.
So for science this term, we have been looking at the solar system, our place in the solar system, exploring everything from planets to space junk and meteorites. Next term, we're looking at survival in the environment. So biological science, creating a creature.
Term 3 will be physical sciences. Now you see it, and we'll be looking at the transfer of light and how light moves around our space. And then term 4 is chemical sciences. We'll be looking at matter, solids, liquids, and gases, and how those things evaporate.
Homework, my favourite. We hand out homework on a Friday, due back the following Friday. I also send out email on Friday afternoons if homework isn't brought back in, just so there's a sort of communication between teacher and parents. If the students are trying to sneak, not doing the homework and the parents think they're doing it, they know that I'm onto them. Homework is the same from both 5-6s, and we work together to adjust different homework to different students.
Yeah, so there are differentiated homeworks between the two grades as well. So students that have been identified as needing less homework or needing a different style of homework will have one sort, and the other students will have the other. So we have our timetable, and I'll just give you a handout of our timetable. And that just shows when we'll be doing each of the subjects. All of the students participate in HASS weekly, all of the students participate in PE and health weekly. We do the arts all together. Grade 6s are doing LOTE. Anywhere where it says intensive on the sheet will be when we have one year level while the other one's doing something else. So on the sheet on a Wednesday, you can see I have 5 intensive. So we use that time with the grade 5s to go over basic math skills, basic English skills, anything that they're lacking content-wise, if they've missed anything, if we need to catch up anyone on anything, that's the time that we use for that catch-up or for that basic skills time.
So it's specific to year 5 or year 6.
Yeah.
That's where we spend that time.
So at PBL,
So
Mac?
yeah, so we're PBL school. It's all about positive relationships and not being the negative viewpoint of everything. So it's being a positive place to learn, teaching students how to behave, telling students when they're doing the right thing, and helping them to make, helping them when they make mistakes, and working together with parents. So PBL is a lot of with parents. It's a lot of the community. We do a lot of before school activities. We do the PBL days and such.
Zones of regulation. This is something that we use in the classroom as a visual strategy to encourage students to be in that green, happy learning environment. When students can identify that they're in one of the other zones, we have strategies for working students in or out of the zone, dependent on which zone that they associate themselves with at that point in time. So any students that are in the blue zone might be given, 5 minutes to regroup or to bring themselves back up, to talk to someone, anything like that. And we just work through those zones. We use it as a visual representation to help students to cope, not just with transitioning, but also being in the classroom, on the playground, all those sorts of things.
Our effort meter is aligned with our PBL, so we keep these posters, and the students will have them usually sticky taped to their book. Just gives them accountability for their work. Are they putting in their best work? Are they trying their best? Because then if they're not trying their best, if their work's not the best, it's putting that responsibility back on the student of making sure they do their best.
Our school rules obviously are to be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and be a learner. They have not changed. We've just updated our posters and our signage, so everything's all matchy and it all looks beautiful. So you'll now see all of these as you walk around the school lobby in each room.
We have a Facebook page that has become a lot more active the last 6 months, thanks to Miss Hook and Mrs. Minns. Probably can't click on this to follow, but I'm sure if you search for Capel State School on Facebook, you can find us, and you get to see. We post a lot of the stuff that students do. They were doing a visual arts lesson the other week. We posted photos of that, and so you can follow along with everything they're doing during the week.
We also have our YouTube page. So that's where we upload our PBL videos based around our PBL focus, or any other fun activities, concerts, anything like that. That all gets posted to that YouTube page. That's where this recording will go as well.
Dojos. We are starting a whole school dojo shop. Students get dojos throughout the day for whether it's behaviour or if they've done when they do homework, they get dojo points, or teacher aids. Teachers can give dojos out during the day. They use those dojos to buy things at the upcoming dojo shop that we have for things. Might be shoes off from the classroom, or getting to sit at my desk for the afternoon. Those sort of things. So try and rewards, but not giving tangible things. It's more something fun.
Yeah. Cube Parents, obviously the new system for making sure that everyone has access to information and communication with the school. It's a great program for making sure that we get all consent forms and making sure parents are up to date on excursions and anything that might be happening in the classroom. Report cards are on Cube Parents, so it's really important that everyone has a Cube Parents associated with their children so that they can keep up, and it just makes everything a lot more streamlined and easy to use. Any questions? No? Beautiful. Thank you for coming.